Welcome, Rejects, to a spooky COVID special of the Full Send Rejects. You may or may not hear my baby Lance be a little sickly today, or Rose being a little sniffly, and Billy totally not being sick. It's the metal, whatever he said.
I inhale metal all day.
He inhaled metal, not pain fumes, but metal.
That too.
He's Wolverine.
I'm just making a reference to last week. That'll be due to me catching COVID for like the fourth time or fifth time, Rose having strep, and, Billy having metal shavings. Yeah. However, the show must go on. So for today's pre-topic banter, we have some fantasy football matchups, Halloween costumes, some Would You Rather, and new music with Billy. Today's main topics will be the inspirational sources for 3 more of our favorite Halloween movies, Jeepers Creepers, Halloween, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So let's get past these viruses, diseases, and metal shavings and send it with our fantasy football matchups. Down with the women.
Down with women.
First of all, Texas, okay?
We are.
Or misogyny. Pick one.
Mm.
Me and Billy go against Rose and Liz. What's that word?
Respectively?
Yeah, that one. Thank you. It's going to be a great time. I know I'm expected to win.
Not by much, and anything.
Well, you're looking at the wrong league.
No, I'm not.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. I'm just seeing me on my left side where I'm winning. Yeah, 60%. That's a sizable margin. And your team sucks.
First of all, I really don't have a good ass back.
I actually got her to trade with me today in a different league.
Oh.
I gave her Jordan Love and a 3rd-round pick for Luke Musgrave and a 2nd-round pick.
Isn't Jordan Love doing kind of shitty?
Her other options were Geno Smith, who's even shittier, and Daniel Jones.
Oh,
I had Anthony Richardson, who
yeah, she had Anthony Richardson, but now he's out for the year.
Yeah.
I'm not doing too good.
I mean, Liz has Mac Jones.
Yeah, he was my starting quarterback at another league, and it was a bad time. He was getting negative points almost every week.
Yeah, it hasn't changed.
Oh, fuck. I have Derek Carr in that league. Is he starting right now? I am not going to be distracted for a second.
Yes.
I don't know if I have him started in that league as one of my quarterbacks. It's another how we have it where it's like you have 2 quarterbacks play. Yep, he is. Okay, and you play 3 quarterbacks. Okay, go Carr. Fuck, I should have changed that. Oh, that's probably not good. All right. Well, hopefully he does well.
Okay.
But we have bets to make.
We have bets to make?
Yeah.
What should these bets entail?
Well, as we discussed at the beginning of the season, there's a alcohol bet and a charity bet.
Uh-huh.
So you pick what you get if you win.
Okay.
Because we're going to get drunk and do something nice.
Okay.
So make your choice. I just see the blanks there of, oh shit, I didn't think of this. Even though I told you an hour ago.
Charity?
Very good.
I'll buy Billy a bottle.
It's supposed to be an actual charity.
I donate to.
God damn it, I am a charity.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. Don't fuck this up for me.
Never mind. Screw me, we're trying to be nice.
Probably Dear Jack Foundation. That's just me.
For what?
Dear Jack Foundation. It's the singer of Jack's Mannequin.
Jack's Mannequin?
Something corporate. Any of this ringing a bell, youngster?
No. What, Jack's Mannequin? I don't know what Jack's Mannequin is.
A band. He had leukemia and survived and started the foundation, which does leukemia research. Dear Jack Foundation.
What would you do?
Wounded Warrior Project.
Oh, predictable. But also
wow.
Yeah, fuck it,
I have one decent eye.
I don't take anything from it. It's for people with actual injuries.
No, I'm already part of a nonprofit, so if anything, I would do more into the Whiskers world.
Okay. And for booze, what should we do? What do you want if you win?
If I win,
yeah, you get any. What would you like?
Don Julio tequila.
Isn't that like one of the pricier tequilas?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's there.
Well, that's the game we're playing.
You want lager?
That's the game we're playing.
I have no chance of winning, so why would I?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing now. Okay, I was gonna be like respectful and nice, like okay, a case of beer or something. I just think that would be nice. I know, but still, it's a fact that you have to buy it knowing because you have to buy it because you lost, not because you're being nice. There's already a thing in there that makes me feel better. Yeah, exactly.
But
I can just see the thought process. I can see in your eyes and see the thought process.
I'm so used to buying beer.
Yeah, but now for me, it's not a you thing. It's for me. It's a every time I open a beer out of that case, I'm like, I beat her for this, and not in disrespectful.
That's a glitch.
He should have gave me Godwin. Yeah. So what do you want?
Another bottle of that McKellen's.
Okay.
That's some good stuff. That's probably one of the better scotches I've had.
Okay.
Billy, how's your match with Liz looking?
I'm expected to win, but I'm not holding my breath because my team is dog shit. Is that Drew Brees?
Was he on the TV?
Yeah, sorry.
I don't know.
How strong is that?
This episode is also brought to you with Thursday Night Football.
Much like it is the past couple of weeks, brought to you by Thursday Night Football.
Damn, he looks depressed.
Right?
Football.
Listen, they show Aaron Rodgers when he's on the side. He's happy. He could just sit there text. He looks happy. Looks thrilled to be there.
Because Aaron Rodgers is retiring Walton at home with his kids. He's just
because his kids is Chicago because he owns them.
Wow.
All of the Chicago Bears.
Yep. This way, good weekend finish. I feel good about this.
And what do you get if you win?
Well, he's not playing one, but I just explained to you this before.
Are they doing the bet too?
If they would like to make a bet, they can. I mean, that's up to them.
I feel like this should be a complete full circle of the full send reject betting.
I mean, she's kind of under a number.
Yeah.
Hear this before fantasy's over if we get it out on time.
I mean, I feel like this is it. I mean, they're playing against each other this week. It's fitting. They should just be a part of it.
All right, y'all make a bet.
We'll get back to you.
Yeah, get back to me, and I can post it on Facebook and our socials and whatnot.
The results of the winner and losers and what they have to do.
Yeah.
Got it.
But if Liz doesn't typically drink, which she's not here, they have to figure something else out. Someone's going to get a good strain of weed.
I was going to say, Spencer, when you're just saying, I want that one.
It's $100 a gram. Good.
Woohoo! The RSO. Okay, good. Are you making brownies?
Time to get that credit card reward points.
Oh, they don't take credit cards legally.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, thanks to the banks or some shit.
Always the fucking banks. Large banks, small banks. Corner on sponsor all Ponzi schemes, and I accept that.
We're not that kind of podcast. Settle down.
You're sorry.
You're sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sickly and I've taken medicine, okay? Leave me alone.
So you got cough syrup with codeine in it?
No, just Medrol. It's nothing serious.
Oh.
I'm just a little more special than usual.
Say it ain't so.
You're always so special, though.
Wow. She tried to segue into this.
Yeah, I caught it like as it was leaving my lips. I know.
And I didn't want to say a segue. And here we are talking about segues.
Oh
again.
my God. We suck.
Yeah, he's going to have to edit.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I barely edited the last one.
Doesn't edit it.
Not the last one. Oh, no. Last one.
Oh, I wonder why we don't have more viewers.
What's going up?
Of new ones, not consistent ones.
We got Canada.
Yeah, but we also blame Canada. Don't get me started.
I was going to say, we're trying to get rid of Canada.
Not the country, just the football coach.
Just the offensive coordinator.
Oh my God. When was it Thursday when I left work for my appointment? You asked me how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I said there's more life in a Matt Canada offense than there is in me right now.
We're sorry, Canada.
Before I go off on a tangent and get pissed off,
Let's talk about all the small things.
yeah, Blink 182. Okay.
This isn't a small thing. Blink 182. You almost got me to say it, you fuck. Blink 182's new album comes out tomorrow. In real time, not listener time. It's already out in listener time.
Oh, yeah, it'll be out tomorrow for Friday.
Yeah.
When music typically comes out.
I can't wait to hear about Kourtney Kardashian for the next 6 weeks.
Travis Barker doesn't sing in that band.
Kourtney Kardashian, is she in the...
She's married to Travis Barker. So now Blink-182 is a big thing. Now you're going to see the Kardashians everywhere. Just like Travis Kelce is
And
dating Taylor Swift. So now you see Taylor Swift everywhere.
I may have been a pirate.
Huh?
Speaking of Travis Kelce.
But are you excited for the album?
I may have been a pirate.
Yarg!
Yarg.
In my defense, I didn't download anything, but I may have listened.
You may have streamed, but you didn't download. So technically, it's not illegal.
Yeah, I just took what someone else put on the internet and listened to it. That's all.
Yeah, it's at worst, you're an accessory to the crime.
Yeah, right? Oh, can we definitely edit this part?
It's like back in like the old like the 70s or whatnot, when like mobsters threw like Thanksgiving like American Gangster, he was throwing like Thanksgiving turkeys out. You didn't take part in this crime. You're just enjoying, the benefits.
Yeah. Someone else was the criminal. I just prospered.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it. You guys make my editing life a living hell.
You're welcome.
We try.
You gotta make sure you can do it right,
Yeah, and then I must one thing. You didn't edit. You never do this. Why do you do the
Bye-bye.
You wanted this job.
It's not a job. We're not making any money yet.
Well, if you don't edit better, then we won't make any money.
If you edit better, we can hire someone to edit better for us.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be so nice. That's the dream. Just dress someone up, put them out there as the editor.
Godspeed, son. Godspeed.
As you were trying to do before, I was trying to make a segue into the next subject.
Yo, I'm terrible at picking those up.
Dressing up, Halloween costume.
Yeah, it was bad.
You're bad.
That was a very bad segue. Speaking of...
Well, if you weren't paying attention to the TV.
You fumbled the ball.
Oh, who fumbled the ball? Was it Eric Carr? Oh, no, defense is coming out.
They recovered.
Christian Kirk fumbled, I believe.
Asshole.
Yeah. Anyways, favorite Halloween costume. Do you guys anybody have a Halloween costume that you wore one year and you're like, damn, I'm never going to top this?
I do, actually.
What's that?
It's a very obscure one. I was Cokie the Clown. He's from NoFX. It's Fat Mike dressed as a clown.
I appreciate that.
That's terrifying.
I have a picture. I'll send it to you.
I don't know if I'm ready for all that.
What was I even as a kid?
Like, but you have to think it has to be the one that sticks out like the most to you.
That was the one that was probably done the best.
I remember being Batman once.
Was that your favorite?
I remember being Batman and a ghost, so I guess one year when it was Bruce Wayne, and Miss Wayne, I don't know.
I knew where that was going.
I thought he was going to say he was his dad.
No, I had to put a little twist on it.
My cousin and I went as... Huh?
Oh, she said he thought I was going to say my dad, and I said... I brought him up last week. This week I'll put him to rest for now. Oh, I didn't mean that.
No,
okay, Billy, go ahead so I can shut up.
Oh, my cousin and I dressed up as Scorpion and Sub-Zero the one year, and we were really young.
That's cool.
That is cool.
My grandmother like sewed the outfits and shit.
See, grandmas are legit, bro. I wish I had one.
She was a real mean lady, but God love her.
Yeah, but like grandmas don't do the shit they used to, man. They used to be able to sew shit and do things.
Grandmas are 45 now.
I'm saying now they're doing TikTok videos and they're wearing your clothes from high school.
Trying to act like a bunch of gilfs.
Yeah. Trying to be cool and post things on Facebook and
I got Twitter.
I'm going to post things and then realize it shouldn't be up, so I'm going to delete it.
Even though it can still easily be accessed.
Easily.
Yep.
But I would have to say mine is a toss between me and Cole one year. This was pre-Kodak.
Wait, so this includes being an adult?
Yeah.
Fucking being clowns the past couple years.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't the no effects clown when I was like 7. That'd be fucking weird.
Well, me and Cole went as Jack and Sally, and it was so much fun. It was just the costume and everything, and because there was no real like pressure to be scary that year because we didn't do the tent. And then me and Cole went as Georgie and Pennywise.
That's a good one.
Ironically, it poured that year.
You heard that one?
Cole lost his sailboat.
Oh.
I was a terrifying, very, very, very. I won't say I was terrifying. You saw the Pennywise costume.
Yeah, still terrifying.
I was probably the smallest I've ever been in my whole entire life.
Well, you were 5'1".
Waist wise.
Oh, you look hungry.
Yeah, when those are my hungry stages.
Your Somalian phase.
Yeah, and
God damn it!
My waist was probably as big as my thigh right now. Every time Anthony sees a picture from 2019, right before we got together, he's like, "Man, you look hungry." Fun stuff. Very fun stuff.
Looks like one of those undercooked chicken wings.
Shut up.
That was a better reference.
Wait, so now that you know that I'm talking about all Halloween costumes, what would your favorite one be?
The first clown costume I had.
The free hugs?
Yeah.
See, my favorite Anthony Halloween costume is Father Jim.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm trying to go with something that I remember.
You remember some of that.
Everybody but Anthony remembers Father Jim.
I do remember some of Father Jim.
Father Jim Apple.
Never got my underwear back.
You remember up until like halfway through that bottle.
No, I actually remember leaving. And being home.
Here's the thing. He was coherent because I told him, "Hey, let me take you home." And he was like, "Oh, no, I'm good." And I'm like, right, because it was maybe 5 minutes into the car ride, he started speaking cursive.
Yep.
Here I am with the GPS because
That's the moment I stopped remembering things. So I remember saying, "Yeah, just go straight down the road." Keep going. Which
I had a GPS. Like, you don't need that. I can tell you the way. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to stick to the GPS.
You were a woman beyond your years with the Kodak.
It's like I knew what I was getting myself into. And then he was just like, he was telling me how pretty I was. And
I said some flattery things about Jimmy May.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did.
Oh, what a stud.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, he's on that. But then he was also talking about, he was like, "Why did you leave me on red for 5 months? Did you not like me? Why do you like me now?"
Did your standards drop?
No. The problem is that, see, when we first like had a conversation, it was during one of those quarantine nights where I hit the tequila a little too much.
Yeah, I was only good enough when she was drunk.
And someone had posted new Snapchat friends, drop your Snapchat name. Right? So I went on my Snapchat and all of a sudden I have all these requests. And started opening them, and eggplants were everywhere.
The old meat factory. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was looking at that too.
So it got to a point where I was just clearing them out.
Unsolicited dick, eggplant.
Holy shit, it's like a posse.
However, I do remember Anthony's picture. Because it was a picture with him and Ivan.
Sometimes you gotta use pussy to get pussy.
Them's the rules.
Ivan, he was on the couch in Ashland. It was a picture of him. Ivan was in his lap. He had like blonde tips in his hair.
Oh, yes, I remember the picture. I think.
Oh. So
Anthony,
I went on his profile. I went on Facebook and looked up his name. And I saw, he's in Louisiana. I'm not going to entertain this. He could have had me 5 months sooner if he would have actually updated his locations.
Little did you know that was an omen how lazy I am.
I should have took the omen. However, yes, Father Jim was probably my favorite one of your Halloween costumes.
When we have, which party is that? That's the next birthday party where people come dressed as me.
Your 29th, yes. Your upcoming birthday party. I want to do it.
If anyone comes dressed like that version of me and doesn't like pass out and get sick, automatic disqualified. So I'm picking a winner.
Do you understand that I know where that costume is? I've already planned on it.
You better get sick. But remember, it's my birthday party too, so I'll also be sick.
Well, it's good.
I still don't know what iteration of Kodak I want to go as.
We'll see. Okay, not you, Billy. You don't count for me voting for anything. So I want to take away any sort of bias.
See, I don't want. I want people to come as I want there to be a contest, but we should be able to judge.
No, I judge
as a Kodak. I should be able
judge.
to judge. I shouldn't be able to be in the competition.
You can have an opinion, but I judge.
It's bullshit. What if you can't? You need a tiebreaker. What if you need a tiebreaker?
Who's going to tiebreaker? There's one vote. Me. This is an authoritarian dictatorship in this voting system. And those are two very big words for me to use right now.
You got the lung space for that one?
Nope. Oh, almost blocked out there for a second. Lost some air.
Yeah, I get it. Happens to me all the time.
You know what? I'm going to come as sick Kodak. I'm going to come downstairs on a blanket.
Yeah, it's still not very specific.
I'm
all right, I'll dress like sick Rosie. Every 5 minutes, I have a migraine. How? Oh, God. I have a migraine. Can we just go cuddle? I don't want to do anything today.
It's so funny.
Can we order ice cream? I know we have ice cream, but it's so much better when a slave makes it.
What the fuck?
She says that all the time. I have purchased 4 cartons of ice cream that's in our freezer right now. And almost every week, can we order ice cream? We have them. But I want someone to make it for me. It tastes so much better. You could just taste the ignorance in it.
If you have coffee at home, but you really want Dunkin' pumpkin spice latte or cappuccino.
Right, okay. But all this just sounds like white privilege, like crazy white privilege.
Yeah, maybe not speak about, hey, I want extra white people shit when you're talking about I slave to make my ice cream.
I'm talking about food industry slaves, not technical color slaves. Meaning they're paid to do what I asked them to do.
But they're paid. That makes them not slaves.
Yeah. Worst case, they're indentured servants.
They're still doing what I tell them to do. Because they're not getting paid to do it. The company's getting paid. And they're just getting paid a percentage of what's going on. So I spend more than $15.
Okay, they're not getting a percentage of $15.
I'm saying they're getting paid $15, $16 an hour to work.
Okay.
The amount of pumpkin spice latte white bitches like myself that go through the drive-through between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning they can make $22 an hour. Easy. At one Dunkin' location.
Oh boy, I thought about socioeconomic. It was like we're not like a podcast. Here, Rosie goes on a rant. Oh, here we go. Okay, just social economics. And racism is real. Oh, fucking feminist.
Are you gonna interrupt her on a tirade? I'm not.
I
do have the time. It always ends poorly for me. All right.
But he had to stop because he knew it made sense. It clicked. I saw it. I saw it. You're like, oh shit, she's making sense here.
Oh, she's talking about rising up against the corporate bastards.
Just saying. But everything tastes better when someone else does it for you.
That's why I love your cooking so much.
Shut up.
Why did I have food tonight instead of us just ordering?
We could, because think about it. Taco night is pretty good.
Yeah.
However, I can't make a chalupa.
No, but I enjoy your chalupa.
Shut up.
I can teach you how to make chalupas if you want.
Oh, was I too quiet that you didn't hear me?
I did not.
Your timing.
Right before you said that, I said to her in a low voice, I like your chalupa.
And you're like, I can teach you how to make one.
I did hear that, but I was already in mid I'm going to speak mode.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Don't smoke weed, kids.
Legally.
This is the episode we're having today.
Oh, we're not even all together. And it's on the same track as last week.
I'm not even drinking.
Yeah, you don't have a full bottle of wine this week either, or tonight.
No, I had
a half.
I had a half a bottle of wine.
And I had the other half after I finished the cup.
It's low.
But,
it's low alcohol.
I had 4 cups of water in the past 3 hours, all right?
Oh, look at you go. That's a record.
Orders.
Hey, get me one.
I'm currently getting water.
Bottle of wine?
Bottle of water, 5 on the bed.
Bottle of water, bed. Are they getting a water bed?
No.
Ooh, those were cool back in the day.
I heard a wild blue jay up here.
No, I'm currently getting my 5th bottle of water for the day.
Ooh, look at you. I drink 5 bottles of water.
I just drink my water weight.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, but wetting the bottles of water just pollute the environment.
Or do you want to drink? Do you want to drink Ashland water? Because I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I ain't gonna argue.
So, would you rather be a vampire or a werewolf?
I don't know. I meant to think about that, and I didn't think about that.
See, the problem is that there's so many there's pros and cons for both. I think I would rather be a werewolf. Because you could still do human things.
Yeah, humans so great. Look at me. I can crouch down on my knees off track when I get out. Great time.
Well, it hurt. But I'm saying vampire lives forever. I wouldn't want to live to the point to where I've watched my loved ones come and go and come and go. And
I put a stake in your heart. Eat garlic. Attend mass. Do one of these 3 things. You will die. Go out in the sun.
What's the point of being a vampire? It's living forever.
There's other benefits to being a vampire, right?
Oh, yeah?
You can fly.
Yeah. You sparkle in the sunlight.
If I'm a vampire, I never see myself in the mirror.
Okay, so would you pick vampire?
No, I'm a werewolf.
Okay, but why are you arguing the vampire?
Because you're saying there's no other benefits to being a vampire.
I just don't see the benefit of being a vampire is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather be a werewolf.
I did that one thing you tried doing your paper, but you didn't do where you have to counterpoints to your points. Remember that for your ethics? Yeah, that's what I thought.
You sound retarded right now.
I sound retarded most of the time, Adam.
Sorry.
So not go fuck it thyself.
This is the episode.
Yeah. I dropped a hard R. I'm so sorry.
I dropped a hard F.
So, Billy, would you rather be a vampire or a werewolf?
I'm going werewolf.
Right.
Eternal life. I don't want to be here now.
Yeah. We're all Team Jacob.
Nah, don't bring that shit into this, okay? This is a Twilight special. This is
I already brought up sparkling.
no, none of that bullshit here, all right?
Yeah, sparkling in the sunlight is a benefit of being a vampire.
It's a very good book. Terrible movies. Terrible movie.
I actually think I read the first book.
It's a good movie. It's a good book. The movie is the acting is just.
I don't think I've seen all the movies. One of the last ones I didn't see. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about I didn't see Harry Potter for the longest time. The last movies.
We literally just watched.
I know. I'm saying I didn't watch them for the longest time though.
Oh.
I saw the first 3 in the theaters.
Yeah, we literally watched Cole hit puberty. Watch Harry Potter. He watched
Hermione's Chamber of Secrets.
Through each movie, he was like, "Oh, Hermione this. Oh, Hermione that. Oh boy!" And then we watched the Beauty and the Beast live action. And he was spanked, bro. He was ready to go to bed. Oh man. But okay, so
making him do his sock laundry.
He does his own laundry. I don't do it.
That's a smart move.
Yeah.
No.
I taught him what a whole year and a half ago. I'm not touching no Krusty's ass sock. Nope. You can't fold your freaking bed sheets. Well, I ain't folding me neither. If it looks like cardboard, I ain't touching it.
If that sock is standing upright, we're done.
Yep. No, what do you do? Archie Crowley, he never wears socks.
Must have been Harambe with the Gorilla Glue.
The Gorilla Glue.
He never wears socks.
Hey,
all right, so good. We all picked werewolf. This is why we're friends.
Ones are on going rawr.
I just kind of want to be a dog for a while.
I just enjoy wolves.
I just want belly rubs.
Just no silver.
I just want to go look at the. I just want to look at the moon and stars.
Or howl the moon for 8 hours on end.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm good. I'm good with that.
It does sound like fun. We should pretend to be wolves one night. Wait for a full moon and plan a weekend.
Fucking neighbors across the street will come over trying to party.
Oh, I really don't freaking care, man. The amount of fucking things they rev over there, their stupid dirt bikes and everything.
Hey, no, they'll just want to and think we have the good drugs.
Yeah.
Wait, who howled on the front porch? Like, someone howled on the front.
Liz.
Oh, yeah, that's right. During the one game.
She howled at the moon.
Oh, good time.
I already think we're doing drugs over here.
Well, after that one time when Josh stripped down to your guys' boxers and went over there and asked to borrow a pillow.
Yeah. You know, pillow.
We were playing. What were we playing? Truth or Dare.
Oh yeah.
We were playing Truth or Dare, and I dared both of them to strip down to their boxers and go across the street, knock on their door, and ask to borrow a pillow.
I remember that story.
But Anthony decided to go upstairs and change into, because it was December, change into his sexy elf boxers.
Oh, with the bells on.
And they were barely long enough to cover everything. He was literally holding his gipples and bits across the street. It was cold enough.
Jesus.
When they're useful.
You gotta watch out for those peepers.
Jeepers.
Creepers.
Finally caught on to one of these. Jeepers creepers. First main topic of the night.
We're like,
nailed it.
Just like the Romans.
Good times. Jeepers creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? You might be surprised that a winged demon who wakes up once every 20 plus years to eat the eyes of people would actually be inspired by actual events. I know it took my co-host here by surprise a little bit last week that this was inspired by true events, or you guys were just a little high. Could be both. Jury's still out on that one. The creature from Jeepers Creepers and the plotline to the movie is based off of Dennis DePue, who murdered his wife or filed for divorce with a gunshot to the back of the head.
Oh, she didn't see that one coming.
Well, we'll get there.
Dennis Pepe Le Pew.
Oh,
I'm gonna say it. But...
what's fucked up is this whole time. I'm right. Every time I wrote his name, I'm thinking, going, pew pew pew, because I'm that kind of asshole. Anyway, this one's a lot less shorter for me today. Which after last week's table, then things getting worse. I think I deserve it. Which this was like 3 paragraphs, and then things escalated. So here we are. Not only is the film based off of DePue murdering his wife, but the testimony of 2 key witnesses, Ray and Marie Thornton. You know, Thornton here's a who. Who witnessed DePue's burying his dead wife behind a schoolhouse in Michigan, which might sound familiar.
It's a weird episode of Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I hate you both. Come on.
Killed the cat.
Every fucking week I come in here with something like horrific crime. You guys make jokes about this. Hey, why are we getting more listeners? I don't know. Let's make more jokes about death and murder and crime. Woo!
That's what sells.
We'll get some more details later, but DePue would also follow the couples for miles on end, which that scene in the movie was one of the more intense anxiety attacks I ever had for a movie. So I can only imagine what it was like for the Thorntons. Yeah. The Thorntons only noticed what DePue was doing because DePue sped past them in a van several miles before the church. Oh no, I didn't think so. It was not a church, a schoolhouse on one Easter morning, and the couple recognized the van as well. You know, if someone was to dick to you on the road, you'd probably recognize it shortly after that same vehicle if you saw it somewhere. I know I do because every time a car speeds past me, Rose can attest to this, I always imagine them getting into a car accident or being pulled over. Marie noticed a very bloody sheet being hung up behind the schoolhouse as they drove by as well. They
Who's hanging the fucking bloody sheet?
DePue was.
God damn it, Pepe, you fucking stupid ass skunk. Oh my god.
Oh. It only took a few minutes for Le Pepe DePue to I'm around with now. Catch up to the Thorntons, closely tailgating them for a couple of hours until Ray turned off the road, at which DePue pulled over. The wild Thorntons turned around hoping to be able to write down the license plate number. When they made it back to the van, DePue was changing the license plate, but Marie noticed that the passenger door was open and soaked in blood. Doing what you typically see white people do in movies, the couple went to, prove me wrong, I mean, any horror movie where the white people don't do this, go back to the area and search for clues, full unknown that the killer was around.
Jinkies.
I blame Scooby-Doo.
Marie found a... Marie found a blood-soaked sheet that she saw hanging and now was buried in the dirt. It was finally at this point that they thought, hey, let's call 911. Now, to go into a little bit of the backstory here.
Did you say 911?
911. 1 at the end?
I could have sworn you said 911.
No, 911.
Uh-oh, my headphones are gonna die. Oh, wait, no, they're not.
Unless you're in UK where it's 999. Don't ask me how I know that. I just do.
Okay, anyways.
Previous to the murder, the DePue family appeared as a rather healthy family, with both parents having good jobs, for the time anyway, and they had 3 kids together. However, DePue soon believed that his wife was using outside forces to turn the kids towards him. This isn't relatable to the movie, but I do know a woman who has a similar belief system. Told you. Marilyn, the wife of DePue, filed for divorce after 18 years of marriage because she felt like the marriage just wasn't there anymore. It was just no more love.
And there's a cop of love.
Ooh. Dennis was granted limited visitation and would often break it. Take 2. Dennis was granted limited visitation and would often break into the house before his ex-wife arrived from her job, often finding him just sleeping on the couch or doing something of the sorts. A co-worker claimed around this time that Dennis professed that he was having suicidal thoughts as well as contemplating murder, which you think would raise some alarms, but this was the early 90s, which, by the way, I probably should have mentioned, this all took place in 1990.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
No, you were still a young lad.
Probably not born, because I was born at the end.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wasn't even born yet.
You were.
I was.
1989. We are an honest, transparent podcast, okay?
We're honest.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Can you explain what you meant in this paragraph here?
Oh, about my mother? I told you I don't care anymore.
Oh.
The filter has left the station.
Okay, anyways.
There was a filter?
It was Easter, so you were still in your mother's womb.
Oh. Billy?
Yes.
Oh, good for you, Billy.
You were still a swimmer in your daddy's ball sack.
Did he even develop sperm by then?
Easter, you were still in your mother's womb.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't a swimmer. I was there.
Say Kodak was a swimmer in his daddy's ball sack.
I don't think my dad even hit puberty yet.
I mean, you're born with.
Let's see. He was probably like 10. Oh, no, that's before his birthday. He was 9.
You still have
They're there. It's just they can't come out yet.
I know, I'm just saying he didn't hit puberty yet.
No.
Oh, that is weird. Okay, I gotta move on from
But
this.
you were just still in there, like, just keep swimming.
On Easter Sunday.
Yeah, you were doing your Dory impersonation.
Okay, Dennis came to pick up the...
Did you say Dennis?
Dennis the menace here, came to pick up the children. However, the youngest child refused to go with him. All 3 children generally did not like going with him at all. Now, if you thought I was serious when I said things don't get worse, here's a plot twist. Things got violent, and Dennis pushed Marilyn down a flight of stairs and began to beat her in front of the children. Jesus Christ.
I just see where it's going. It is not good.
Oh, that's a nervous laughter. Okay. That's a nervous whine laughter. So the oldest daughter ran out of the house to a neighbor's house to call the police.
They didn't listen.
They actually did. We'll get there. Stop looking to the future. Now you just look forward. Dennis told the 2 remaining children that he was taking her to the hospital. When one of the daughters tried to communicate with her, she was completely knocked out and unresponsive as he just dragged her away. Police did listen, and a search for Dennis's van immediately took place, which included a helicopter search. They even called the hospital to see if she arrived there and had a police presence there. Never arrived. And when the Thorntons... Yeah, it was quite the response, actually. For once, the police were doing good. When the Thorntons called police, as I mentioned before, the authorities quickly responded to block off the area and to begin an immediate search. They found the van's tire tracks and the victim's blood on the scene, as well as that bloody sheet from before. However, her body wouldn't be found until the next day with a bullet wound found in the back of the head. Oof. But most likely she just shot
the cat.
It's a mercy killing.
Well, he knocked her out pretty good, and then it appears that in the van he just shot her in the back of the head.
He's like, well, I've already gone this far.
Well, to show that he's a complete sane individual, Dennis would soon send letters to friends and coworkers in an attempt to justify the murder and why she had to die. He claimed he was too old to start over and that Marilyn took everything from him, leaving him without a single thing. He also believed outside people were influencing her to hurt him, and the bastard was not caught.
Yeah.
However, unsolved mysteries would air a piece about Dennis soon after, and he had to go on the run. At this point, during the episode's airing, he was living with a woman in Dallas, Texas, under a new identity, and always kept his van inside a garage. During the airing, she came home and saw his van kind of parked outside and thought that was weird. When she went in, he explained to her that he had to go on a long trip because of an emergency and began to pack his clothes and had her make sandwiches. What a woman.
Are you legit on the make sandwiches part?
Oh, yeah, that 100% serious. There's, for one,
I have an appetite for killing. Turkey and cheese.
After he
No
left,
mayo.
Mary would see the episode of Unsolved Mysteries and immediately recognized that her boyfriend was the topic of the night. She believed that he kept her busy so she wouldn't see the episode, hence the sandwiches, you sexist bastards. A neighbor recognized him during the episode and took down a license plate and phoned police. 4 hours later, Louisiana State Police began a pursuit of the spotting Dennis, which led to a 15-minute chase where he rammed two blockades before his two back tires were shot out, which is pretty good shooting, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Apparently, during the interview I watched today, they aimed for the front tires and missed and hit the back tires. So, hey, sometimes you succeed when you fail. There's a story there.
A win's a win.
Yep. He made it about another half mile before coming to a stop. DePue fired 3 pew-pews at police before taking his own life. Police thought he was trying to go by a suicide by cop, but given the history of mental illness and some of the letters from before, yeah, clearly this is how he wanted to go out.
They were just taking too long.
Yeah. I kind of want to end this on a nice tidbit to end things off. Because, when I wrote this, I didn't think, you two would be giggling and laughing this entire time of murder. But here we are.
Really? Really? You didn't think that?
You know what? You're right. That's on me. The opening shots of the movie were very, very detailed to the key witness and testimony, even to the point, like I said, about the burying the body and all that, and the chasing down the road, or the falling down the road. One thing that's also specific, remember from the movie, they played the license plate game?
Mm-hmm.
That was a little piece of information that came from the testimony.
So only the beginning of the movie was actual fact. Everything else was just...
Yeah, it was not a giant bat demon thing that just ate people's eyes.
So only like the first 5 minutes of the movie is true.
Oh, no, first like half hour or whatever.
Well, now I'm a little disappointed.
I do believe Jeepers Creepers is an actual song from like the 20s, which played into it.
Jeepers Creepers.
Well, not a lot of people know that either. There's some people that think that just, made for the movie because it's so fitting, but it just helped. That kind of more helped with the title of the movie.
That makes sense.
It's all good for Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
But you're not supposed to say segue. You specifically stated 3 weeks ago, stop saying segue. Now, here you are having me saying segue 3 times including that one because you had to say it once under your breath or they probably wouldn't hear it. This is why I had to drink
Segway's the new bacon.
God damn it, Billy.
All right. You ready for me?
Yeah.
Pew pew. Okay, I got it out of my system. Okay. Michael Meyers is one of the most terrifying killers from the slasher movie franchise. Created by John Carpenter, he first appears in 1978 as a young boy who murders his sister Judith Meyers, only to return 15 years later to kill even more teenagers as he searches for the sister who got away.
You'd think you had the killer use a hammer because he was a carpenter.
Har.
I can make jokes too, darn. Beats and piss piece.
While some believe that Michael Meyers is simply a work of fiction, others believe that his character is based off a boy named Stanley Steirs.
Stanley Steamers. Should cabin's cleaner. Pew pew.
Stanley Steirs was born 1912 in Iowa.
Is this the Velisca dude?
I was just going to say that. If you guys remember back to our Velisca episode, it was also in 1912 in Velisca, Iowa.
Well, what time was this guy born in?
It says right there.
Okay, well, I don't read ahead, unlike some people.
He was born during the time of the Velisca murders.
So, well, where was he born? Like, what city, what area?
First of all,
what metropolitan? Okay.
You're asking a lot of questions here.
How does that feel?
Wow, rude. It's my time.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
At the time, his parents were happy and were having a happy and healthy little boy. However, a mischievous nurse was working in the hospital in the nursery, and after he was born, she took him and swapped him with another baby just for kicks.
What the fuck?
Yo, I wonder how many times that actually happened.
Both families took their babies home, not realizing the mistake. But there was more bad news to come. The other family was involved in a terrible auto accident on their way home from the hospital. Both they and the Steirs' real baby were killed.
Wait, what the shit in a creek is this? Wait, so how is this based off the kid when the kid died when he was like a baby?
No, they were switched at birth. The real baby was switched at birth. And the baby that they thought was theirs is Stanley.
So Stanley Steamer is the one that lived.
Stanley Steamer?
Yeah.
The real Stanley Steamer died.
So they just named the other baby Stanley as well?
They didn't know it was their baby because switched at birth. Just wait. Not long after, the Steirs discovered that their baby was not their own. The nurse in the hospital was sent to prison, but little did that help the family deal with the situation that they found themselves in. They grew resentful of Stanley. They began to drink heavily, and they spent the majority of their time drunk and shouting at the young boy, locking him in his room and trying to make him miserable as punishment for not actually being theirs.
Oh my god. It's my stepdad.
I knew it was coming.
Eventually, they had another baby, this time a little girl.
Still tracks.
They named her Susie. She became their whole world, and she was their princess and gave them everything that she could ever want. And while they were treating Stanley like the bane of their existence, Susie then picked up on it, and she began to treat poor Stanley badly, often kicking him, hitting him, and always yelling at him.
Hold on, so you're telling me this is like the inspiration for Michael Myers? This is fucking Harry Potter.
Listen.
Minus the whole switch at birth thing, unless there's some magical shit that, J.K. Rowling left out.
In school, Stanley was often bullied for how he looked or how he behaved. His sister did nothing to help, often joining when the other kids would tease or mock. He had no friends and had very poor grades. In 1923, when Stanley was 11 years old, all he wanted to do was go trick-or-treating like all the other kids. He never had been allowed to go out, but his parents said no, and they yelled at him and allowed Susan to go out to a Halloween party the night before Halloween. Little did they know this would be his final straw.
It was a scarecrow.
Just hours after Susie returned home, Stanley snapped. He took the butcher knife from the kitchen and stabbed her multiple times until he knew she was dead. And then he turned on his parents, killing them in their beds. Finally, he turned to the family dog, killing him as well. When Halloween came, he went trick-or-treating for the first time ever.
God damn right he did. Fuck yeah, Stanley.
Good for him.
He walked right out of the doors of the institution where he was met with the resistance. The feds had been alerted, and he was standing armed in a parking lot. Stanley didn't stop, though. He walked straight out, and he was shot multiple times, and he managed to take out everybody who tried to stop him.
What do you mean
Shot
everybody?
him 6 times.
He's taking out the fucking federal agents?
The cops, yeah. Adrenaline is a thing.
How many cops are there here? Like,
Some say that Stanley was possessed by superhuman strength and that he was able to lift and throw a car, killing federal agents in the parking lot at night. Others say he was just that terrified that he felt no pain, and all the agents backed down, and anybody who backed down to Stanley was killed by anybody who got his hands on him.
what the fuck? I gotta look what this guy looks like. I'm trying to
First of all,
looks like.
wait till I'm done with the story. So as fucked up as this kid may be, knowing that I have your sick and twisted kid killer attention, I must tell you, there's no legitimate or legal record of Stanley Steirs. We can never know for sure if he really existed. I had you going there, huh?
I can't stand you.
Oh shit, I wanted to look him up too. Fuck.
I know. I do know, however, John Carpenter had stated when he was in college, he went into a class trip to a mental institution in Kentucky. He was taking some kind of psychology class where they visited the most serious mental patients. Among these was a boy amongst the age of 12 and 13. He said the boy gave a real evil stare. He found this boy unsettling, creepy, and completely insane.
The devil's eyes. The blackest eyes.
While the boy John Carpenter described couldn't be Stanley Steirs because John Carpenter wasn't born until 1948, 12 years after Stanley's so-called escaped. It is possible that this inspiration truly was the story of Stanley Steirs, or it could be just the fact that it was an urban legend that John Carpenter ripped off. Stanley Steirs is supposed to be the inspiration for Michael Meyers and all the Halloween movie series. It never existed, so no grave. Just think about it.
Ooh, spooky skeletons.
Yeah, I had fun doing that, and then once I realized that it was based off a whole freaking ass urban legend, I was pissed. So I'm like, you know what?
Kind of pissed.
If I'm gonna be like this, everybody's gonna be like this.
I'm gonna swerve the boy, see how they like it.
And so I'm gonna reel you guys in, and then watch you become so disappointed.
Or we're trying to look this dude up, and you're like,
Yeah,
No, don't do it.
I didn't want to give it away.
I was like a sketch of him now, because I'm so curious.
A lot of people say that there was legends that somebody like him did exist beforehand. That most of these things happen off of inspiration. Now, back in 1912, they didn't have the technology they did then. They just had newspapers, but murders weren't like they were a thing, but they weren't. Oh my God.
Well, the first link I found says that there was a government cover-up of Stanley Steirs.
I found a lot of them. There's conspiracy theories and everything on it.
Oh, this one says...
well, are we going to become a conspiracy podcast?
Based on whether or not these horror movies are based off of real life urban legends or real characters.
I like conspiracies.
I like theories.
Our reincarnation is acting like a little asshole.
You can do that. Talk with them like this. So he gets pissed off.
Then her eyes turn black like Satan.
Like Stanley Steamer.
Like Stanley Steamer.
Makes your cuties cleaner.
Stop
Now
it.
it's time for our main event in Wisconsin. As he clicks away.
Texas. I was checking the battery life of my headphones.
Ow. Ow. Putting the shit on.
Is she okay?
Me or the
Rose the
cat?
cat.
Well, both.
I call Fireball our Ivan reincarnation because she does the same thing that Ivan would do. Lay in your lap or lay next to you, acting all cute and cuddly, and then
Cats.
and then just start attacking you. Like she literally was feeding at my wrist like she was trying to help me assist a suicide.
Yeah, Ivan was a good boy.
Yeah, that's the best.
Ivan would have fully committed though.
Yeah, he had a lot to gain from that.
Oh, really? You mispronounced the name for a segue? Come on.
Don't act like I have a bar where I put myself at for these things.
You're not supposed to mention the segue.
You just mentioned segue. What the fuck?
I'm telling you.
My segue
Oh.
mouth hole.
Yeah.
Texas.
Wisconsin.
Texas, Wisconsin.
Probably an actual city, too.
Well, there's a fucking Paris, Texas, so anything's possible.
Cities named Texas. There are 25 places called Texas in the world.
In the U.S. alone?
I'm getting there. Let's see here. Select cities. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's some. Okay, we got Texas, Vermont, South Carolina, Pennsylvania, Ohio, North Carolina, New York, New Jersey, Mississippi, Massachusetts, Maryland, Louisiana, Kentucky, Indiana, Georgia, and Alabama. And then there's some in Mexico, one in the Philippines, and one in Ecuador, one in Bolivia, and one in Australia.
So there's one in Pennsylvania and New Jersey?
Yep.
I'll be damned.
Let's see here. Texas. Oh, there's a Texas versus Pennsylvania Supreme Court case.
Oh.
Now we're going down the rabbit hole. Let's
Conspiracy
see.
theories away.
It was a lawsuit filed at the United States Supreme Court contesting the 2020 election.
Huh. Sounds like something Texas would do.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, Texas Township, Pennsylvania, in Wayne County.
Huh.
Let's see here. Nothing really of note there. A lot of poverty.
That seems to be the way.
Also, there's also an East Texas in Pennsylvania, down in Lehigh County.
Down by the bay.
Daytimer, the global manufacturer of calendars, produced here. Son of a bitch. Okay. Learn something new every day.
I'll be damned.
I'm trying to gain some knowledge here.
Yeah, we're waiting on you. Stop whining about it.
Welcome to Texas or Wisconsin, but we're talking Texas and we're talking chainsaws today. There's a lot of movies I could have done using Ed Gein. Off the top of my head, Psycho, Silence of the Lambs, House of a Thousand Corpses, to name a few. I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre the most, so we're doing that. For the weird people who have favorite killers in history, mine will always be Ed Gein. He wasn't necessarily a serial killer by the actual definition, but he was a very deranged man with a whole bodysuit full of mommy issues.
Oh, yeah.
Loosen those nipple belts, pull up a skin chair, and make sure you wear the mask. Let's get into the Plainfield Ghoul.
I got my skin flute ready. I had to.
The second of two boys, Edward Theodore Gein was born in La Crosse, Wisconsin, August 27th, 1906, to Augustus and George Gein. He was a Virgo, if that means anything.
Ew. Virgos suck.
Henry Gein, his elder brother, was born in 1901.
You're right, my mom was
Their father, George, was an alcoholic who was pretty much a nobody, even to Ed. George was an alcoholic and couldn't really hold down a job. Augustus basically ruled over him and the two boys. She was a very, very religious person who would read scripture to the boys, telling them how every other woman besides her was a promiscuous harlot and should never be trusted. I believe at one time in their adolescent or teenage years that she would rather them jack off than put their ding dong in a floozy.
Well, okay.
She's the devil.
She's the devil, Ricky Bobby.
I
combine
women are the devil.
Oh, mama, I like Vicky Downpour. She's showing her boobies.
Augustus's family owned grocery stores around La Crosse and let George franchise one of them. Within 2 years, George went from the franchisee to clerk, and Augustus was deemed the franchisee of the property. Saving money from the grocery stores, she moved the family to a farm in the middle of nowhere, Plainfield, Wisconsin. This was seemingly a move to shelter her baby boys from the vile, evil women of the city. Ed grew very close to his mother, crying if he had disappointed her.
Baby back, bitch. Baby back, bitch.
Ed didn't really leave the farmhouse unless it was to attend school. He did not have many friends, which is kind of to be expected. He was a weird dude. Classmates and teachers remarked about his random bouts of laughter as if he were laughing at his own jokes in his little twisted brain space. If little Eddie had begun to make a friend, Augustus would punish him for his new companion, telling Ed about the father's sins or the family's bad name in town. Ed spent his spare time choring around the farm and tending to his mother, one would assume. At the age of 34, while still living at home, Ed's father George passed away due to heart failure from his alcoholism. I don't know why the alcoholism part needed to be thrown into every article I read about him, but I think it's to call us out, really.
Small attack.
Ed and Henry would begin doing small, odd jobs around the town to help make ends meet on the farm, which was not doing that great. Wisconsin ground isn't awesome. Ed had actually began to babysit some of the town kids, which was honestly one of the most mind-blowing things I found out about this whole thing. Ed seemed to relate to the children, likely because his mind was basically that of a 12-year-old or so, thanks to dear old mom. Eddie had grown very close to his mother to the point it worried his brother Henry. Ed would get very defensive and hurt when Henry would speak ill of their mother. Mama. In May of 1944, while Ed and Henry were burning some marsh stuff as one does in Wisconsin on a farm, the fire grew out of control to the point the fire department was alerted. After the fire was extinguished and all the firefighters were long gone, Ed reported his brother missing. A search party was started that evening, led by Ed. He had suspiciously taken them right to Henry's body, face down on a burned pile of grass. Henry, however, didn't have any burn marks, but he did have bruising on his forehead. The death was ruled asphyxiation and no autopsy was done on Henry. My theory is that Henry was talking shit on Mommy and Ed finally got a little too defensive. In my mind, Ed definitely killed Henry so he could have more time alone with Augustus.
Oh, one of the boys are fighting the Nazis.
Damn, I wonder what's in her nipple milk.
Ed did actually get drafted for World War II, but he had this weird growth thing on his eyelid, so they wouldn't take him. However, shortly after Henry's death, Augustus suffered a stroke, no doubt from the stress of losing her baby boy. She bounced back, and Ed started taking care of her and the farm. Unfortunately, they did not get much more time together as Augustus suffered another stroke in late 1945. She passed away into the arms of the angels on December 29th of the same year. A biographer by the name of Harold Schechter later wrote Ed had lost his friend, his only friend and true love.
Yeah.
That is oddly poetic. Arms of the angels.
Lucifer was an angel once.
That is true. I've seen Dogma. With Mama gone, Ed stayed alone on the farm, only leaving to do his usual odd jobs around the town. He also began boarding up certain areas of the house, presumably to keep it just the way Mama liked it. Gein slept in a small room next to the kitchen. He had also gotten very into true crime magazines, which I didn't even know was a thing, let alone in the 40s. He also got really into reading about concentration camp experiments, which sounds totally normal. In 1951, Lonesome Eddie would get a farm subsidiary from the U.S. government, but he would continue to work his odd jobs around, sometimes even help the municipal authority in the area.
So, true crime magazines. My curiosity has gotten to me.
I mean, I'm sure they exist now, but 1940s, come on.
Well, magazines back then are like podcasts now. There's an idea. It's out there somewhere.
That's true. Ed would find another main hobby of his in 1947 in the way of grave robbing. Ed, always a man for the freshest meat on the market, would begin reading the town's newspaper, especially for the obituary section, searching for recently dead women. I think Plainsfield paper was a weekly thing, so obituaries were probably the only thing to put in that bumfuck of a town newspaper. The first body Gein took was that of a woman very close to his own mother's grave, and it is rumored that Augustus was one of the bodies that were unearthed. Contrary to popular belief, Gein did not use the bodies for sexy time. It was noted in his psych eval that he was very interested in being of the opposite gender his entire life, and he actually did die a virgin. It gets way worse than the old post-mortem hanky-panky, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but he has some morals here. He didn't desecrate the corpses with his penis.
Oh,
Yeah.
what did he do to Mama?
God only knows what he did to Mama.
Mama.
She's probably in the boarded up kitchen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gein also had another interest, and that was of interior design. Unfortunately, Mama did not teach him the proper facets to use, and he jumped right to human remains right away. Gein would build different objects from the bones and skin of the corpses. When police searched his home, there was a lampshade made of flesh, halved human skulls that were being used as cereal bowls, 5 different chairs upholstered with human skin, and even a belt made entirely out of nipples. If that's not enough, over time he would have 4 masks made entirely out of actual faces that were sewn together. Some of these were mounted on his walls like trophies. I don't want to give away the worst stuff, so I'll stop right there for now.
Oh, the worst stuff. Okay. Not the nipple belt
Yeah, it gets worse.
or the skull bows. Okay.
I can be brown and I
Awesome.
can be blue.
Violence.
By 1954, Ed had wanted to try freshly dead flesh to shake things up at home. He was also going out and trying to be more social at this time, but everyone just thought he was a weird dude because, well, he is. Ed had begun to frequent a local tavern in Pine Grove, not Pennsylvania. On the afternoon of December 8th, a bar patron had found the bar empty and a pool of blood on the floor next to a spent .32 round. The blood looked as if something was dragged through it, i.e., a body. Following the blood trail to the parking lot, the trail ended next to some tire tracks that looked like that of a pickup truck. Not really much to go off of for a small farm town, so it kind of went unsolved.
Could you imagine if this wasn't Pine Grove, though? Like, I want to be social, so we go to Pennsylvania and Pine Grove.
It's only a couple-hour commute from Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, just a short drive. Just for a pickup truck in the 1950s.
Hey, look, we made it to Indiana in like 4 hours.
That's true. We did.
I hate you guys.
We're the first
Not
one.
much. I can't believe that worked.
Oh, they're only 2 bottles deep in tequila. I wonder how easy it would be to fuck with them.
To be fair, we did not know about the 2 bottles of tequila.
We did not.
We would have made up a wilder.
Also, be fair, we tried to tell them multiple times that we were a kid, and they did not believe us.
Because we were tequila. As soon as you guys left, we're like, all right, well, this is a good time to start drinking.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, it was Christmas cookies and tequila sunrises. Not the best move
The
for
way
us.
God intended. Not much is known about Ed from 1954 to 57, when he would actually strike again. There's some murders that could have possibly been Ed, a lot of missing people in the area, but nothing was ever admitted or completely sold through evidence. On November 16th, 1957, when Ed had shot and killed a hardware store named Bernice Warden, Ed had been looking at a rifle on the rack in this store. What a time to be alive.
You still do that.
Yeah, but this was just like there. There was no glass. Ed had loaded the rifle with the bullet he brought from home.
At least he brought his own bullets.
Well, yeah, I don't think they'd leave them loaded on the shelf.
Yeah, maybe that's where BYOB came from.
Bring your own bullets.
He was ahead of the curve. Gein quietly locked up the store after and drugged Bernice's body to his pickup truck and took her back to his house of horrors. Bernice's son, who occasionally worked in the store, immediately named Gein as a suspect. Apparently, he had been hanging around the store and being typical weird old Ed. The last written receipt was to Ed Gein for antifreeze, and according to his son, Gein had... I think I fucked these up. No, I did not. The last written receipt was to Ed Gein for antifreeze, and according to the son, Gein had been asking him about his work schedule, seemingly trying to figure out when Bernice would be alone. He had also emptied the cash register because I guess no kids needed babysitting at the time. Ed, however, wasn't hard to find as he came into town to see what all the hubbub was about. He was immediately arrested. While being questioned, Ed claimed he suspected someone was trying to frame him for the murder and was then immediately arrested. And, actually arrested. They didn't say anything about a murder.
Murder.
So he was just like, no, I'm being framed for Bernice's murder. With Gein's arrest comes a warrant to search Ed's farmhouse. You know how I told you it gets worse?
I saw the word genitals somewhere, and then I quickly looked away after I scrolled. So I'm excited.
Oh, I bet you are.
You know me. I love my twist, and it gets worse.
When the police had arrived, they found the front door to be locked. However, a shed behind the home was left open. Inside, the officers discovered the body of Bernice Warden. Now, around here is where I will give a very, very explicit warning because this is where it gets just a bit gory. If for some god-awful reason children are listening to this, don't.
Hey, there's an explicit warning on every episode for a reason, okay? A, we talk about some things like this. B, I don't know what the fuck you guys are going to say at any given moment.
I was just trying to be responsible.
Attaboy.
Inside the shed, they found the corpse of Bernice Warden hanging from a crossbeam in the shed by posts stabbed through both Achilles tendons. Cringe now because saying it is just hard enough. She was also cut from the genitals to her neck, so I guess we can add Terrifier to the movie list too.
Oh, that's where I saw genitals. Okay.
Her throat and head were missing, along with her anus and baby maker.
Wait, hold on. So her whole anus was missing.
Yep, and her vagina.
So, like, did she still have booty cheeks, or like?
I'm not sure.
It's probably inappropriate to say. Does she have like a gluteus maximus? Is the appropriate term like?
Or was just the whole anal cavity missing?
Well, I mean, remember, she's fucking gutted from nape to chops.
But like, anus is so specific.
I know. I thought so too.
Oh.
One of the police officers actually ran outside and puked in the snow. Remember, these are small town cops who haven't seen anything near this level of brutality.
All right, I know this is fucked up, but what if he used a corpse as a puke bucket? It was empty.
Oh, wait. We'll get there.
Oh. This is what this feels like.
The police, pressing forward somehow, entered into Ed's home using oil lamps and lanterns to search because Ed didn't have electricity. They noticed that most of the house was boarded up, but the open areas were a complete mess as Gein had become somewhat of a hoarder. Boy, was he. Aside from the stacks of old books and magazines, police also found Mary Hogan. Or at least they found her face stuffed in a paper bag and her skull in a box. They also found Bernice's heart in a bag and her head in a burlap sack. A trash can made out of human remains, so there's your puke bucket.
Well, at least he recycles.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Ed Gein was all about it.
Ahead of his time.
They also found 4 noses. And here's where it gets fun. A corset made from a female's torso mocked up to be a suit for Ed, and so much more. They also found a box full of 9 vulvas.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I don't know what this is, so we're just going to put it away.
Store this for later.
Oh, wait. Following the reduce, reuse, recycle, Ed would wear the skin suit around the farm at night, pretending to be a woman, and he would even cover his peep with a vulva to get the full experience. Yep.
So, is it snowing outside yet?
It's Wisconsin.
No, I mean,
in November.
Snowing out yet?
Well, you want to go through?
No.
I might play that cop for Halloween.
The crime scene evidence was sent to the state crime lab to be photographed and immediately destroyed because of how horrific everything was. Imagine being the photographer for the crime lab that day. You thought you had a bad day.
Yeah, imagine not being a photographer that day and just enjoying your life. That is terrible. That is 9 vulvas that a photograph that just came from people that this dude wore.
Yeah, I did. I went pretty light on some of the evidence. There was a lot more fucked up shit. He had the trophy heads. He had skulls on his bedposts. All the furniture. It was a fucking mess.
Nice.
Gein admitted to investigators that between 1947 and 1952, he had made over 40 trips to cemeteries because he needed a new duvet. Kidding, but he did admit to grave robbing. He also told them that he often would offer his neighbors venison, but he had never shot a deer in his life.
Oh.
He was feeding people humans.
He was feeding people. The police found a lot more evidence in the days searching the home, but only Mary and Bernice could actually be identified. There was also a lot of missing women around that time that were very likely in the mess of body parts, how I told you about the missing people earlier.
Yeah.
On Christmas of 1957, Gein was sent to Central State Hospital for the criminally insane, so Wisconsin's Arkham, basically.
I am vengeance.
He was pretty much immediately deemed insane by the staff, because no shit. The doctors noted that he loved his mother, but also hated her. This would explain Gein's demographic of older women and even stating that Mary Hogan kind of resembled Augustus. The trial for Bernice Warden's murder wouldn't be held until 1968, where Ed was found guilty but also very much insane. He was committed to Waupun State Hospital in Madison, Wisconsin for the rest of his life. He had attempted to get the ruling overturned, but obviously that wasn't going to fly. Ed died of lung cancer on July 26, 1984, and was buried right next to Mama.
I don't like that he lived to the 80s.
Yeah, it feels way too close. He was like 77.
If you want to put this in retrospect, Nicole was 1 year old.
My sister was 2.
I don't put in the retrospect. It's the 80s. And he was doing all this shit in the 50s. Oh my God. Crazy or not, just take him out.
So he died 39 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little shocked when I saw the year.
See, people now, like, oh my God, that's so long ago. People for like us, we're like,
That
oh.
was 6 years before my birth.
Yeah, it was, yeah, 5 years before mine.
So now that everyone is highly traumatized, that was the inspiration for Texas Chainsaw Massacre and like 15 other movies, including just Ed Gein starring Kane Hodder as Ed. I don't recommend this one and felt Kane should stick to Jason. Do check out the newer Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix, though. It does seem to have a little more aspects specifically aimed at Ed. I don't know how to end after all that, so there you go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, but that's why we have conclusion.
Liz would like to throw in she thought it was funny that he was buried in the same cemetery he took bodies from, which it is.
So, who wants to go on a field trip?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't know, like, if there's even anywhere to find where it is.
I mean, if it's
We
a
have
small
technology.
town, you can probably go in historical newspaper records, especially back then, like when his mom died. They usually say where someone was buried at what cemetery. You can probably just go from there.
Pretty sure they have his either restricted or.
Well, here's the thing. The town tried to erase, like, any history. Like, they burned his farmhouse down and everything. People wouldn't... They didn't want, like, tourists and shit coming to...
You ever see? What are you typing on?
What am I typing on?
Yeah.
My laptop, but for some reason my keyboard isn't working in Google. So I'm trying to see if I could find...
Oh yeah, that's why background noise to this whole episode. But you ever see the movie The Crazies?
I've heard about it, but I never actually saw it.
I will not spoil the end of that movie. Then I do recommend though. Watch The Crazies; it's pretty good. So I'll say, what happened at the end of that movie is what I would have done in this town with Ed Gein.
Yeah, they like burned his house down. I think they erased pretty much everything they could about it.
Well, I believe, unless you two have any more, that will do it for today's episode.
We've touched on enough pew pews and crazy shit for tonight.
New Blink-182, 2 hours.
Yay! Well, then that will do it for us. Hopefully, the COVID, the sicknesses, the metal shavings, and the calamity that whatever's been going on at Billy's house today did not interfere in Jesus Christ.
Interfere?
Or my bad talking skills.
Pew pew.
Inter Pepe Le Pew?
God, Jesus Christ. Did not interpew. God, I just entered interpew. Interfere. Did not interfere. Okay.
Do not fuck up. Just go with fuck up.
Do not fuck up. And you were all entertained by us sharing the tales of the inspirations behind these movies. Next week, we will wrap up our spooky month with Sleepy Hollow's Headless Horseman, Black Dahlia, and The Exorcist. Until then, follow us on our socials, which is now kind of mostly on Facebook and a little bit on Twitter. Send us,
Very little on Twitter.
Yeah, we'll come around back to it. Send us comments, emails, inputs, whatever you like. How we can improve, what ideas you might have, or just examples of you sending it. Until next week, we are the Rejects. Don't forget to send it.
Full
Fucking send it.